morning and welcome to my office. So good to see you on this Wednesday morning. It is a little bit windy today, so I hope you can hear this all right and the wind's not going to cause too much trouble with the microphone. You can probably hear the reeds rustling in the background. I'm down at the jetty here. I've seen a couple of nice bass swimming in the water. They're waiting for you to come back with your fishing rods, so don't delay. Yesterday I set you the challenge of looking at that picture and seeing if you could see the 6 words that were hidden in there. So well done to all of you. It was really good to hear from you. Josefa Pierbay was the first one to get all 6 incorrect to me, but it was so good to hear from many of the children and parents in the junior primary. So please keep those answers coming in. I just love hearing from you. Today we've got another challenge for you, but before that, here's Mrs. Tanner with a devotion.
So lovely to be able to chat to you. I really had to think hard about what I was going to talk to you about because I wanted it to be relevant, and I wanted you to be able to really think about what I had to share with you. And I brought you actually to one of my favorite places close to where I live. I come here often to exercise, and it is just so beautiful to see these strong, mature trees in this beautiful forest. It's always so quiet. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I always do. But what I want you to do, first of all, is to focus on these trees. They are strong, they're mature, but they also are anchored deep into the soil. Anchored deep into the soil by their roots, and they are able to get their nourishment from the soil that they're anchored into. And when I went to find a scripture that I could read to you, I found this beautiful scripture talking about us being similar to trees. And can I read to you from Colossians chapter 2 verse 7? Let your roots grow down deep into Him. Who's Him? It's our wonderful God, our Jesus, who has done this incredible work in our lives. So we need to root ourselves. Our roots need to go deep down into Jesus. And it says, draw up nourishment from Him. So when we spend time with Him, when we recognize who He is in our lives get nourishment from Him, so that your faith will grow. So our faith is obviously in Jesus Christ, and the verse says, after your roots have grown deep down into Him and drawn up nourishment from Him, your faith will grow strong and vigorous in the truth, knowing Jesus. And then the most incredible thing follows on from there. So when you have this security in Jesus, when you have your nourishment from Him, when you are able to recognize what He's done in your life, then it goes on to say your lives should be overflowing with thanksgiving, thinking about all that He has done. So I just thought this could relate to all of us. Have some of you found yourselves feeling a bit down? I know I've had moments, I've had days where I've seriously felt down in this lockdown. The reason being that I'm actually missing so much of life that I have always known. I love people, I love seeing each of you personally in the flesh. I just love what we have always known as normal life, my friendships with certain people. And that, when I focus on that, when I focus on what I'm missing, I can become quite despondent and discouraged. And I want to encourage you in this time. It's actually quite a decision you have to make in your mind to start to just be filled with such gratitude and thankfulness for what God has done for us. So with us being rooted in Jesus, with us getting nourishment from Him, He's our life-giving strength. okay? He gives us the strength. But out of that must flow this attitude of such thankfulness and gratitude. I want to challenge you guys. When I finish talking, I would love to encourage you to pick up a pen, find a piece of paper, and jot down 10 things that you thank God for. Really thank God for. And when you've thought of those 10 things, I want you to imagine people who don't have those 10 things. And I think that's going to be pretty easy, because we've seen a lot on social media, we've seen a lot on the news, and there are so many thousands of people who won't have those 10 things that you have written down. And when you've listed those 10 things, I'd love to encourage you to just pray by yourself and thank God for those 10 things. Have a real deep down feeling of gratitude that it's God who supplied you with those incredible blessings. Stay safe and have a wonderful day. Bye.
Thank you to Mrs. Tanner for those thoughts. It's really good to hear from her, isn't it? Right, today's challenge. I'm going to put up a close-up photograph. You've done one of these before. Have a look at that photograph and see if you can work out what that is a close-up photograph of. Send your answers through to me on the Google Classroom or on your teacher's WhatsApp stream. I look forward to seeing them. It's really nice to see that the grade 3s and the grade 2s are also on Google Classroom now. So you can send those answers straight through to me rather than having to rely on your parents to get them to me. It's been great to see you here this morning. Have a really good day. And as always, work hard.